author and international trainer, Nicholas Hill.
The decision maker. Now, if you were to type in grammarly.com or speak with any grammar checker, they would say that decision maker contact, too many nouns. Okay, it's not a very good title, but a lot of people would say DMC means decision maker contact. Well, actually, again, back in the day, we always used to refer to decision making contact, which makes more sense because you're now interjecting the verb as opposed to three separate nouns. So the decision maker contact is always someone, by the way, that has the, sorry ladies, the man, the money, the authority, and the need. Now you might speak to someone that says, yes, I hold the purse strings, and I'm the one that therefore says yay or nay concerning the bottom line. You give me a quote, either it's thumbs up or thumbs down. With the authority, I'm the person ultimately, let's say, above the FD that holds the purse strings, that gives the final nod, okay? The money, authority, and the need. Now, the need can be separated throughout many decision-making units. You could have the CEO, different departments. You could have everyone nodding at need, but not everyone nodding here and here. So you need to make sure who it is that you're speaking to. If they've got none of them, and therefore have no authority, and that's the key word, concerning money, authority, and the need, no control, I should say, over money, authority, and need, then you're speaking to the wrong person and wasting your time. There's going to be a lot of time wasters that are quite happy to take calls because it takes them away from their desk. So they will speak to you. And you'll also have people throw a lot of red herrings at you saying, oh yeah, we have a need, and I'm therefore responsible for, just to give themselves a break and have a chat over the phone. We're not into having chats over the phone. It's a complete waste of everyone's time, especially yours as the salesperson. So we need to ask questions to establish if they have either or all of money, authority, and need. So what questions can you ask? Ignore some of the ones I've put in there because they go beyond that. Some of the questions I've put in the manual, by the way, you would ask much later in the conversation, but they would still help you to identify other decision-making contacts as opposed to contact, singular.
I was going to say, because you've got influencers as well in business. So
who are still stakeholders.
Yeah. And they've got a big voice within the business of making a decision for purchasing as well. So it's not always the money man.
No, it's not.
It could be the influencer or influencers.
Yes.
Or,
yeah, it could be a whole team.
Yeah.
You might even at one point want to pitch to the board. Let's say it's Barratt Homes. You're not just going to sell just to one stakeholder. You're going to have to pitch to the board, even if you don't get actually to speak to the board. So what we need to do is to identify who the other stakeholders are. Who are the other decision makers? Because you might get to the whole, through the whole sales process, and if we haven't done our job properly and haven't used at least some trial closes throughout that sales process and done our needs analysis correctly and identification of the DMC, we're going to just get to the fifth stage of the sales cycle and ask for the order, and they're going to say, I just need to speak to Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith? Who's Mr. Smith? This another person comes out of the woodwork. So this is something that we need to do right at the outset. Okay? What questions on the phone can you ask to make sure that we're getting the correct DMC?
Could ask them what their role is within the business. And
exactly. How simple is that? What's their role? Okay, someone else?
Is that the only person I need to be talking to?
Close question, but good. Okay, somebody else?
Do you have a budget for the project?
Good. Okay, somebody else?
You ask who places the orders.
Hmm?
Who places the orders?
Okay, good. What else?
Who makes decision on supply chain?
Okay, good. Okay, somebody else?
actually looking to place an order for this business? What's your deadline?
Okay, all right, good. Because if any of their answers to those questions are hazy, you're going to have to ask other questions, such as who else is responsible and who else is involved in the decision-making process. If you say something that would be worded along the lines of, okay, you're not the person I need to be speaking to, they're just going to put the phone down. All right. Now I know that you're going to be more creative than that. On the other hand, you need to be able to still get them on board, because they're going to be your spokesperson inside the company. What you want at the end of that call is for that person you've just been speaking to go to the actual decision maker and say, I've just had a company called Masco on the phone, I think you need to speak to them. Okay? You need to make the people that you speak to on the other end of the phone, and be sincere, your friend. Okay? Not the whole curry approach. Right? Okay? But you need to make them your friend, not just a buyer.
I think the problem with getting into Nubo is you've got quite a lot of decision makers involved in their team making that decision. It's not just one person.
This is why I said that you're going to get someone with the money who could maybe the FD.
But even the guy that perhaps signs it off at the end of the day, if you went with him first, he wouldn't be interested, because you want all of his guys to ratify and qualify first.
Totally. Yes.
So you've got to work your way from sometimes the bottom to the top.
You've got to go through all the gatekeepers.
Absolutely.
Buyers, surveyors.
You do. You just need to make sure that they have to a certain degree, a decision-making capacity. If they have no decision-making capacity, they are not a buyer, and they're certainly not a DMC.
But in Nubo, we don't generally deal with the buying. Very few buyers purchase our product. There's a lot of the surveyors, QSs.
Well, they would be the DMC.
They will put the orders forward to recommend that we're used.
Yes. Okay. So who are they again?
Commercial directors, commercial managers, quantity surveyors.
Of the quantity surveyors. Okay. So they represent the client that does have the money.
Or they represent their regional office, because they work for, say, a Barrett Homes in wherever you're from, in Manchester. And they buy, or they are responsible for the windows in that particular regional office.
Okay.
But it's a whole team that are responsible. And sometimes, even if we've got a bad issue on site, the production director, who don't get involved with windows, will say, I ain't using that company again. And he's got no real authority, but he's saying to the commercial director, I don't want to use them again. So he's has an influence as well. And we don't speak to the production, we speak to the commercial. So there's so many nuances in a regional office.
There's also the number one gatekeeper, which is the receptionist.
That's the biggest
a lot of organisations, they'll just have a directive. Don't screen all the calls. I don't want any calls.
Exactly. We're going to come on to that in a minute.
You've got to win those. You've got to win those.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
So I feel a bit awkward when I'm speaking to a QS, because he's down the chain, but then sometimes that's as important speaking to his director, because he will ultimately have a big decision, a big influence in that decision.
Yes. Okay. So if you're speaking to a stakeholder, they have a decision-making capacity, and as I said before, you won't get what necessarily, unless they are in an SME, one particular individual that holds the aim there.
Enroll on this masterclass now to influence your output, growth, change and culture. Enroll now at nicholashill.com or call 0345 678 9900.